Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to We Are Athletes 2. It is Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. We are filming this evening. We have a special guest with us tonight. It is Carson Holloway. Carson Holloway from, is it Richmond, Texas?
Richmond, Texas.
Richmond, Texas. Played with both or all three of us at Arkansas Tech. Jack and Cade will join us here in a little bit. They both had something come up, but they'll be on here in a little bit. But yeah, we didn't want to take too much of his time. He's got, what do you have? Jiu-jitsu tonight?
Jiu-jitsu tonight.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself, where you're from, where you went to high school. Yeah, we want to hear your story.
Yeah, Carson Holloway, aka Joel, a lot of different names. Richmond, Texas, George Ranch High School. Came to Arkansas Tech 2019. It was your second year there. I
Yeah.
remember you kind of I showed up, had a torn ACL. Everybody thought I was like a student assistant or just like some random kid who just want to be on the football team. You kind of took me on your wing. Uh, Derek Albers, another guy that kind of helped me out, get me through that first year. But yeah, I remember I started playing like midway through the season. Actually, you did pretty good on the scout team. And then you're like, okay, he knows a little bit how to play football, so it was all right. And then we go into the off season. I start taking the first team reps with you and at interior D line, and then all COVID happened.
Yeah. Dude, that would
Yeah,
have been, I always like, it's cliche because everyone says it, but man, I would have loved to have seen us play like with before COVID. Um,
yes,
that would have been a lot of fun if we had get Trey back too, us three, and
yeah,
then interior. I mean, that would have been a lot of fun.
yeah. Well, I think for everybody, and not just us, but everybody in general, COVID set everybody back a good long while.
Yeah, yeah,
Just because we had like what, uh, 5 months, 5 6 months of just like laying around, not really doing anything,
not doing anything. I mean,
not doing like anything, like
there
no
was
workouts,
there was
no
nowhere to
practice,
go.
no
Yeah,
nothing.
I mean, heck, our strength coach would have opened up the weight room for us, but he couldn't. Like we just
Couldn't.
we and he would have been the first person to be there,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
definitely,
So,
definitely
uh,
would have been.
talk about your recruitment in high school. What was it like for you? I know you came to Arkansas Tech straight out of high school, but what was it like for you? Did you have any interest from anywhere else? I know you had mentioned to me you wanted to go to Mary Hardin Baylor, but it was a little bit too expensive or something like that.
So mine was kind of a curious case. So, I got some playing time real early in high school at a kind of like an H back because my first 2 years we were loaded. We had, I want to say, three different guys who ended up playing in the NFL on the team the first 2 years I was there. So I was kind of a fullback, so that was kind of weird. I got switched halfway through the season, and then I ended up having back surgery after my sophomore year, so I missed my entire junior year. So I had no interest at all. Like I was just, I mean, I was a big kid. I was big, strong. I could run, but they were like, "Dude, we haven't seen you. We've seen you play 5 games of defensive line." So I had some interest from some of like the FCS schools in the Southland, like the I guess now Houston Christians and the Northwest Louisiana States of the world. But then the other knock on me was that I was a weird size. I wasn't, tall and lanky and fast enough to really be a defensive end, but I didn't weigh enough to be a D tackle. So everybody was like, "Well, what are they gonna play?" And dude, I had the hardest time just getting my first offer. If anybody's been in recruiting, they know the hardest offer to get is that first one because
Mhm.
once somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I think you can play college football," everybody else was like, "Well, surely he can play. If somebody else thinks he can play." So I come in, had a great senior season. I had over 100 tackles, bunch of TFLs, went crazy. We missed the playoffs, and so I'll never forget. I didn't have any offers at the time, and after my last high school game, I thought I was done. I was like, "Dang, like I'm done for real." And so, I get, I was one of those guys that did every camp in the world, and then I ended up going to that blue gray game, the blue gray All
Oh yeah,
American game in Dallas.
yeah.
had a great game. 2 sacks, 3 TFLs, and on the last play of the game, as I'm on defense, as I'm chasing down the tackle, I make the tackle, tear my ACL.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to go into recruiting and keep that under wraps. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell them you know, I was at lacrosse practice and my foot got caught. I had a story lined out because how do I tell somebody, oh hey, I know I missed my junior year and you haven't offered me yet, but I have a torn ACL. I was thought, well, then nobody's gonna want me.
Yeah.
So at that point, I had been talking to Coach Corbin, old Kurt Corbin,
Kurt Cobain.
the Kurt Cobanks, and we all know him and love him. I've been talking to him for a little bit, and I don't want to say that was my A, but I was thinking that was going to be the strongest possibility because by that time I already got told by Houston Christian that yeah we're kind of out of money, so we'll put you on a preferred walk on spot, but couldn't really go there either. So it came down to then HCU, Tech, and Mary Hardin Baylor, which you mentioned earlier. Now, if any of y'all listening from Texas, you know about Mary Hardin Baylor, and this is like coming off a national championship. Mary Hardin Baylor, huge stadium, nice uniforms, the whole 9 yards.
Prime UMHB.
Oh, prime UMHB, like this is height of their powers. And so I go on a visit there, and I love it. Of course, I love it. So then we start talking about the money thing. And man, when I tell you it costs a lot of money to go to UMHB,
Yeah, it
I was
does.
like, I wanted to go. And then my mom was like, she was like, I mean, you really want to be in that much student debt?
Yeah.
Uh, in my great wisdom, I was like, yeah, probably right. And so I ended up signing with Tech with Bo Atterbury. It was great.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
all good.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks after signing day, we get a text that he had stepped down.
Yeah, that was a wild time to be here. I know Jack had just got here, and I had been here a year, but Bo had recruited me to Southeast, so I knew him from there and knew a little bit about him from there. I was fired up. I thought he was going to be a really, really good hire. Um, Guy brought a lot of passion, brought a good staff with him, was very competitive at Southeast. And if any of you have been to Southeast, you know that's not easy to do. Even though it's right there at Texas and it's right there with the casino, the facilities are probably some of the worst in the conference, which is kind of crazy to say because Monticello's in our conference. Um, so it was very interesting. Who was your first offer, by the way?
My first offer, uh, Hardin Simmons in Abilene, Texas.
Absolutely. Yep. I think they're
So
in that same conference with Mary Hardin Baylor, are they not?
they are. They've been little brother to Mary Hardin Baylor for a while, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they're doing a lot better than they are right now.
Yeah, I think when we checked the standings, they were both teams are usually really good. Both
Yeah, but yeah,
usually
both teams are usually top. I honestly think, if I'm not mistaken, the top ranked D3 team in Texas right now is like Trinity.
yes, that is correct. Trinity was top 5 coming into the year.
Hey,
So they offered me. They wanted me to go too, and then they told me the price. It was kind of like the Mary Hardin Baylor thing for
and
you,
you
and I
were
was like,
like,
oof, oof,
oof.
that's an arm and a leg. Um, okay, so what? Talk about Tech. Let me give a little backstory too. Carson shows up to practice. What did you show up? You showed up like a weekend or something. Like we were
Yeah, like a
already
weekend or like, yeah,
we
you're not really practice, so you just show up when everybody else shows up.
he shows up, and if anybody knows Carson, God love him, you have probably one of the goofiest walks I've ever seen in my life. And it's 100% because of your back injury, so there's
Yeah,
nothing you can
hey,
do about it.
old
um
man back and all.
but you show up
That's my
with your goofy ass walk, and everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? And we're like, okay, like maybe he's a student assistant, like no idea. Um and then a couple days go by, and then you come back out and you're in a knee brace and like a jersey, and it was just a jersey because you had to go through your days
yeah,
of shells or days of non-pads, in order to get in pads. And you're in a knee brace, you got your funny walk, and you're wearing just this big jersey, and we're like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Who the hell is this guy? And it pissed me off too because everyone's like, "That's your little brother." I was like, "Bro, shut! I don't know this kid. Like,
I don't
I've
know this guy.
I've never seen him play ball before." Um, but no, I mean, we really got to chopping it up once we got out there. Um, I feel like the situation we were in with our coaches and everything, um, a lot of extra work should have been put in that probably wasn't. But with I'll give Keem a lot of credit. He took us under his wing and helped us with some fundamentals, with some things that should have been happening, and held us to a higher standard, which I definitely appreciated, and you were there for, thank goodness. But I mean, the big thing too is trying to impart as much wisdom, and you didn't know it at the time. But I know you came back to me a couple months later once you became the old head, and you're like, dude, this getting old thing sucks. And it's like, I
Dude,
know,
it's like that.
I know. And I tried to tell you, I tried to tell you numerous times that I was like, hey, you know eventually you're going to be one of these old heads, and eventually your wisdom is what's going to separate you. And knowing the game, knowing different reads on blocks, knowing your hand placement, it's going to carry you, because your physical abilities, unfortunately, at the level we were at, are going to fade. And that's because we don't at the D2 level, you don't get the proper, and I love Duke, you don't get the proper treatment or the proper rest or the proper um coaching in a way to get you to that next level, if that makes sense. Granted, there's freak athletes. Matthew Judon is an example. The kid from the D lineman from this past year that broke the sacks record is another example.
Oh, what was it at Ferris?
Yes. There's freaks all over the place. Don't get me wrong. Adam Thielen, another case. There's freaks all over the place, but I would say majority of the time, Division II athletes don't typically make it. And I would say that is a result of them not having the facilities, them not having the ability to recover, that are available to you at a Division I level. Not complaining by any means, because in no way was my fat 6'1", 275 pound ass actually going to go to the league. But I'm just saying, from a D2 perspective, having been through it, gone through it, there are advantages that you don't get, as compared to a Division I level when it comes to recovery. Even, again, the best of the best athletes are going to get found, and they're going to go play D1 ball. But for the guys that are the rare occasion that they slip through the cracks and they are freak athletes and they pan out to be really good, that is, I would say, a weakness that D2 has to it in a way.
I mean, I think that's fair, and a lot of that, I think that gets back to money put through the programs. Uh, school like Arkansas Tech just doesn't have nearly the dollar amount to put into it. Say as like a University of Oklahoma or a place like that, University of Arkansas. So could it be better? Yes, but the flip side of that is we're going to get the money from.
Yeah, and funding's going to rule everything.
Yeah,
That's the way college football. That's the reason we have a college playoff now, and for college football, and money's going to rule everything. I know, and I understand that.
root of all evil, man.
It is. But basically, just trying to give listeners the experience, I guess, the realization that Division II is a lower level. Maybe not in terms of athletes all the time, but in terms of facilities, you definitely recognize it and you definitely see it for sure. Um, okay, talk about your playing career. I know you mentioned your freshman year. You got pulled up. Would you say 5 games in?
I got I started practicing 5 games in,
And,
and then they
and
asked me to play out 2-3 weeks later, and I in hindsight I probably should have took it, but in the moment I was like not having the best season. We had first team all conference guy, same spot I was, so I was like, why burn my shirt for not a whole lot?
and
Not
and
a,
your in your defense, we had some older dudes too that were some backups there in your position, but I will vouch for you. You were whooping our first team O line and scout team, and that was a daily regular thing. Some dudes, Carson is a little bit different in the sense that some dudes are going to recognize plays and some dudes are going to memorize calls. Carson would just go out there and out physical people. It wasn't necessarily like you didn't know necessarily the calls for their plays. Sure, you probably knew it here and there, maybe, But
I mean, every now and then, I'd recognize what Ryan McCoy was saying.
it was muscle memory for you when it came to that scout team stuff. And you know, I don't think coaches realize that, but I think they had to have to be able to pull you up to work with us too. I mean, we had, like you're saying, we had McCoy, we had Trey, we had, I want to say, was TJ still there too, or was he gone?
Trey wasn't there yet, but TJ was still there. Trey was Trey. Oh no, yeah, not Trey White. Trey
Uh,
Chisholm was there. Desmond was still there.
Dez was there.
Uh, we're still
Was
playing.
Sawyer there too, or no?
Sawyer was a student assistant.
Okay, that's right. I'm trying to think who was still there then. I get my years mixed up. Early onset CTE. Um, yeah, I mean we had a bunch of dudes still. And it for
I
you it
wish
would have
I could
been.
have played D line because I feel like the whole time I was there, that's probably the deepest we were.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And it would have sucked for you too to try to come in and work your way up in a
Yeah.
room that it was
Would
it
have
was
caused more harm than good because I think that would have rubbed people the wrong way. They would have been like, "Oh, you're going to bring this freshman up midway through the year who's barely practiced."
well, and it was a bunch of guys that all liked each other too. Like we had no
Yeah.
issues with each other. We were
It's a weird dynamic because I was, still a kid. They say you're grown when you're 18, but you're not really grown.
it takes a year. I mean, redshirting is the best way to mature and to grow as a college football player. You get the strength catch up in the weight room, which another thing, Carson was a freak in the weight room. Don't even get him started on that. He loves that stuff. Um, Gets you caught up in the weight room, gets you caught up with the terminology and the mental side of things, and then it gives you a year to develop your game, really develop your craft, learn from some old heads, learn from some guys your age, but really get a feel for what college football is going to be like. Because practice is going to give you one thing, but game speed is going to give you another, and you'll never really know until that first game how ready you really are for that college football experience.
I'll never forget y'all told me that all throughout 21. Y'all were
Mm.
like, "We gonna see when the bullets start flying."
Always. I mean, it's again, practice is one thing, and practicing against your own guys, and your own guys can be decent. I mean, most of the time our offensive line was not great, but they gave us a good enough look in certain circumstances that it was like, okay, like yeah, I mean they can hoop in certain cases. Um,
Certain case.
but when you get down to it and you're playing against a Watchtower Baptist who every dude is big and can ball, it's different. It's different. That's where you fall back on your technique, you fall back on that muscle memory, and then confidence breeds from there. So
I mean, I'm with you. I think redshirting is awesome because it gives you a chance to develop in a bunch of different ways, especially as a person. Because we didn't ever go super deep at my high school, so getting on a bus and driving places far away was something kind of a real foreign concept to me when I got there. And I'm not sure, 18-year-old Carson could have, handled that really well.
yeah,
Cause I was a bit of a knucklehead when I first got there, So
yeah, you're much better now than when you first got
but,
here.
but I do a little bit of growing up, and I can attribute a lot of that to guys like you and guys like Hakeem Ennis, who I lived with for a long time, another defensive lineman who was there while we were there. But yeah, dude, I think my redshirt year was one of the most fun years I had in college because it was just learning every day. I was like, oh, I'm learning this, I'm learning this, I'm learning how this works, that works. So it was a really good experience. So if any of you high school guys out there or college athletes listening, it's your first year in your red shirt, and look at it as a positive. It's all you do. You don't have to learn the playbook right away. You could take a little while, get up to speed with it. You're gonna get stronger, faster. Take care of your school because uh, college, the academic side of college, was a big shock to me, and I can say that for probably 75 to 80% of guys who come play college football. So I really needed that first year to get up to speed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I my big thing with redshirting is you were kind of injured the same. You got hurt your sophomore year, right? Or was it your junior year?
My going into my junior year.
So you got hurt your junior year, and then you got hurt again after your senior year. I got hurt my junior year as well. Didn't really rehab, and kind of tried to play it off. And then when I got to college, I was not ready, and that ankle was or foot was still hurting. So I took it more as the weight of the responsibility of being a college athlete wasn't the same when you're redshirting. It's a lot more free flowing. And something I always try to tell you guys as the younger group was, come into each day with like a purpose. Try and fix one thing. Try and work on one thing every single day. Like when I redshirted, I went against a guy who was an absolute freak. Didn't ever work out or anything. Wasn't the smartest guy in the world, but was a freak at tackle. And they had me playing end as I was a DT. I should not have been playing in. But what I do every single day is I'd work on my first step because what his kick set was so quick that I knew I had to work on that first step in order to get around him. So my first step was the thing I'd harp. As soon as my first step got good, it was hand placement. What did I want to beat him with that day? What did I want to work on that day? Am I working swim? Am I working straight bull? Am I working long arm to shucking? It was always something someday. And I'd say, oh, let me add Cade real quick. I'd say to any younger generations listening or anything, take your redshirt year and do that. Improve on your game, improve your craft. Make sure that what's up, Yags?
Hey, guy. Your bomb. What up?
um,
What up?
but yeah, just improve one thing a day. Go into practice with the mentality, I'm going to fix one thing, I'm going to work on one thing, because that stress relief of coming in thinking, oh, I'm going to have to play, it feels really good not having to. It really does.
That is true.
Okay, talk more about your playing. Talk more about your playing. Did you get any accolades or anything while you were playing at Tech?
I did not.
Okay.
I mean, I started both the years I really played, but uh I mean, everybody, you probably heard it a million times. I feel like my first year I got snubbed out of all conference. I had more TFLs and sacks than one of the guys who made second team, but that's neither here nor there. And then my second year that I played, we moved to a three front. I was an end. I didn't have the best statistics in the world, and I'm not gonna say almost died, but I was hospitalized in the middle of the year with meningitis. I don't know. I wasn't feeling good. So I wasn't feeling too hot, so I missed a crucial game. So I did not have any accolades, and I'm not really upset about it because if I really wanted accolades, then let me rephrase this. I didn't feel like I played good enough to get accolades. If you want accolades, then you should play to a point where it should be undeniable. And I just didn't garner the stats to why I felt like, oh, well, I'm all confidence. And did I wish I did? Yes, but I didn't.
Well, and something that helps with that too is having stats like you had and like I had my first year at Tech, that are good stats that are better than some guys that are gonna make all conference stats. Um, their teams won. I mean,
Yeah,
their teams were 6-win, 7-win teams, and we were 3 or 4
something
wins.
that's something you told me, and it made a lot of sense to me because I was like, you know, how good can a player be if he's on a losing team?
Yes. Yep. And we were fortunate enough to play with a guy with Trey Chisholm that,
Yes,
I mean, when you get 6 sacks was it 5 or 6 sacks in a game? You get
three.
you get
Yeah,
national recognition, you get all the good stuff, and then you throw on some more sacks throughout the year, some more TFLs, some more tackles. Yeah, you're an all conference dude. I mean, he
he
was
played
a
like that guy.
yes. I mean, he did. He was a very good athlete, very good athlete. Um,
Great build for playing D line too.
it was, but it wasn't. He was sneaky athletic because if you looked at Trey Chisholm, you were like, who the fuck is that guy? And then he'd get out there and his first step would be lightning quick, and you're like, oh shit.
And arms down to his. Well, the other thing
It's
is
true.
Trey played up that whole kind of lazy kid persona,
Yes, he
and
did.
so he would people would be like, ah, oh, yeah, this guy he lazy, he ain't gonna do that. And Trey would play his balls off a lot of the time.
He did. A lot of effort out of him. Okay, talk about what you're doing now. Where athletics is taking you, what you got your degree in.
Strength guy.
Coach, I am officially my title is I'm an assistant strength and conditioning coach for Arkansas Tech University, working under the Michael Golden.
Holy
Hey,
cow.
the goat.
The GOAT, Michael Golden. Yeah, I'm gonna graduate with the degree in physical therapy pretty soon here, and I'm walking in December.
Let's go. Congrats, brother.
Oh, boy.
Yep, I'm growing up.
Yeah, you
Yep,
are. You
How
and
about
really are.
that?
I'm gonna be here for the rest of the year, and then here pretty soon. I'm gonna have to move on and spread my wings and go fly at some other school.
Are you gonna do? You're still doing the strength and conditioning route?
Yeah, I love strength and conditioning. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Uh, love the weight room. Love working out. Work out every day, and I really like the science behind it. It's anybody can go in there and know well, we're just gonna lift weights until we're sore, until the cows come home, or I just like I can't do anymore. But I really like the process of being as efficient in my training as possible because it doesn't do you any. I mean, I'm not gonna say it doesn't do you any good, but who really wants to go and lift weights for 4 hours? Nobody has
Not
time.
me.
Huh?
Not I.
Definitely
Not me.
not you. Hey, like let's go in and let's get an efficient, good 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Where'd your passion for lifting come from? Did you lift in high school, or was it just a college thing that developed? Or
I was a big lifter in high school. I've always really liked it. I worked out as a kid. Push ups, sit ups, all that stuff because I wanted to get better per se. Even though I was doing 100 push ups a day, which ain't all that much if you think about it. But no, dude, I've always liked training, and as goofy as I am, I'm real serious about stuff like football, jiu-jitsu that you mentioned earlier, athletics. I like to prepare and take every advantage I can get. And if I feel like I'm training, I'm training more efficiently and better, I'm going to be more successful. And I just want to pass that on to, other people because I love seeing people prepare and get better and reach goals. I love stuff like that. I'm not going to say I'm a selfish guy because I love seeing those people win. We got a kid right now at Tech, Braxton Johnson, is playing great. And I'm the happiest guy in the world about it.
mm-hmm. No doubt. And he is balling too, from North Little Rock, a lot like Trey.
North Little, he wears 6'2".
Yeah. Okay, I gotta throw it out there. Let me share my screen real quick. I'll throw your channel up there real quick. But I have to ask, where the hell did this love for jujitsu come from?
Dude, I'll never forget. It was I was working with Hakeem Ennis at Red Oak Landscaping and Concrete. And it was raining all week. And I've always been into MMA. Me and you talk about it all the time. And so I had some money laying around, and I was like, let me go try this stuff. I tried it, and the first day, I got my tail whipped. They threw me around, folded me in a press, and all this stuff. And I was like, I want to learn how to do this. And when I say I got folded, I don't mean by some guy who's huge and muscled up. I mean a guy who's an accountant, a guy who looks like Jackie Moon, for example.
Just a normal dude. What's up, Jackie boy?
When did we start this?
6. Is this still
Come on,
sharing my
you're
screen?
lying?
Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Can y'all see his channel and everything?
I
Yeah, I
can
can see
see the old Joel Jiu-Jitsu here.
Joe Carson BJJ, 42 subscribers with 7 videos up. So go check out his videos on here. Give him a little shameless plug.
Shameless.
Let me stop sharing real quick so I can reset this because it looks absolutely awful on my end. Jackie boy, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see
You too. Thought I'd get
Pull
more of
back
a
one.
thought I'd get more of a heads up from like I usually do from George, but I got fucked this time.
I sent you the usual email.
Got the
Yeah, but
link.
usually my phone gets blown up. It's not just the email because I mean the email could have sat there for
You're also usually the first one to freaking join.
months. The email could have sat there for months.
Email. Not checking the email.
Yeah, no, it gets checked once. What? I couldn't hear what.
So come on, lawyer man, check your email.
Chill out.
You doing good? I sorry I didn't even get to talk to you too.
Yeah, man. Just doing community outreach here in the old West Ashley area.
Look at you, the civic engagement guy.
Doing what I can. Doing what I can for the people. I love the kids, man. I'm here in it for the kids.
You're in community service?
Got JV football tomorrow. I'm thrilled for that. I love it.
That's your
I
favorite.
live
That's your favorite day of the
for
week.
Thursday nights. I live for Thursday nights. So, that's what I look forward to most is Thursday nights, then going to work the next day at 6:30 in the morning, dog shit tired, ready for game days, baby. I love it. And
Friday
we're
night.
playing the
Oh,
world famous Somerville Green Wave. So,
oh.
Hey, where
no.
is that? That's not where the Murdoch shit happened, is it?
no, sir. That would so this is Dorchester County that we're talking about. The
Ah.
Murdochs, that is Hampton County. That's down there in
Hmm.
that's
Ah,
Deliverance
they-
territory going that way.
that's where they breed the redheads over there.
That's where a lot of the redheads are,
I'm over here.
Keeping it in the family.
For all the YouTube viewers, I'm over here stomping down the old mole tracks in the yard.
Nice. What type of
in the
grass
yard.
there, Jack?
Yeah, what type of grass you got growing?
Oh, this is just a little field mix here. This is just some weeds.
Oh, nice.
We got we got some good we got some nice Bermuda grass right here.
Oh,
let me
that's
stop
good
sharing so we
stuff.
can get a good view of this.
pretty stuff.
That's
it's
a good
starting
patch
to
of green
starting to
right
go
there.
dormant. We got some nice Palisade zoysia grass up here. The prettiest
mix.
type of grass in the world. It's
a
just,
good
it's just
mix.
not looking. This is a great.
Hey,
good green
Jack, you
patch
ever
here.
seen a rake?
Nope,
Try it out.
I don't use rakes.
They got too big a lawn to be raking.
So he's living on
if I rake.
the Grissom estate out there. They've
Gotta-
got somebody comes
Hey,
on
it's
Wednesdays.
me.
The Grissom plantation out there.
No shit. This year I'm gonna drive down the road to the sod farm and get one of the tractors that has a gigantic fan on the back of it and blow the leaves off the yard like that.
I like it.
Hey, work
I
smarter, not
refuse.
harder, baby. Hey, that's the
Yeah.
way to do it.
I refuse to use the little bitty ass mower and blow all the leaves off the yard for my dad like that.
That's good. I like that.
I
Well, see,
respect that.
there's a saying that I would say to our own Will Small, who we need to have Will Small on the podcast just for like a good 10 minutes. But
yeah,
Yes, we do. I agree.
I would tell Will would be folding out. Will, for those who don't know, he's the equipment assistant down there at the Citadel. He, I believe he's got some sort of autism. Great guy. But so I would always ask him every day, I said, Will, are you working hard or hardly working? And then I'd say, or are you working with a hard on? And he would love that. So he'd be like, oh, I'm not working with a hard on, Jaeger.
You're devious.
So yeah.
You are a
That-
bad man.
Yeah, we're gonna have. Oh, speaking of Will Small shows up to the game last Friday, right?
yeah. I saw a picture of that. How about that?
Yeah. Fun fact about Will is the only person in West Ashley High School history to have his jersey number retired.
Wow,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a celebrity.
So
What a feat.
So he comes in. He's wearing his it was a K Jaeger t-shirt for the student section in high school, and he shows up rocking it and he goes, Jaeger! And I was like, what are you doing, dude? And he was like, look at my shirt. And I was like, that's good shit, Will. That's good shit.
He's
Good
he's probably one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. Most genuine, like I know what's his name. Shane Gillis did a bit. He talked about like special needs people and stuff like that. He said they're like dogs though, because they live every day to their fullest and they're just so fucking happy to see you.
That's
Like, I
true.
mean,
That is true.
It's the world we live in, and they live in it. Damn it.
He also gives the cleanest daps you've ever had. I've
Yes, he
never
does.
had a bad one with Will ever.
Also, can tell you any fact about like some sort of at high school football, like
He's like Rain Man, legitimately.
legit Rain Man when it comes to.
Unless you're asking him to
You
fold
know how many
towels at
state
3 o'clock.
championships Allen East won with George Brooks leading the charge?
He'd know. He would know that answer. Like I'm serious.
He would know it.
Oh yeah, he was giving me players that went to Allen that I was like, how do you?
You're like, wait a minute, man. This kid was a JV player when I was there. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into these games real quick. We'll get into the D1 games to start. So we'll look at some
Sweet.
scores from last week. Let's see what we got going on. Early games, nothing crazy. I would say this Oklahoma State game is kind of interesting. Oklahoma State beating Kansas State last week on Friday.
Go Pokes.
Good win
I
for
know-
them.
I know everybody says this, but I was so close to betting that.
The Oklahoma State
They
game.
they were like 11-point underdogs, and I was like,
Well,
Mm.
to be
I'm
fair,
gonna touch that.
Y'all bet on college games?
of
Can't be me.
course. Of course. Well, yeah, because
Can't be you there, Carson.
you're employed for college athletics.
Hey, you're in Arkansas, dude. It's not legal over there. Who would ever do that?
Yeah, I mean, a loss 33-7 to South Al, 34-27 to the lowly Iowa State. And then they come out and beat Kansas State.
How South Alabama just put it on them like that, I have no idea.
How the fuck Alan Bowman still has eligibility, I don't know.
Alan Bowman is still playing
so long.
Alan Bowman was at Michigan, Texas Tech, and now Oklahoma State. I have no idea.
Bro, give it up. It's
also,
over.
this Ollie Gordon kid cooked
over
fuck out of Allen in high school. He went to Trinity, ran for like 350.
Well, George, lately everybody's been cooking Allen.
Yeah, yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. What did we talk about with Trace last week? Did we talk about this game being a close game?
Georgia, Kentucky.
What did we say? We said, oh, Kentucky could put Georgia on upset alert. Nah.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Nah. Old Carson Beck figured it out in the first half, and he passed for 389.
That Texas OU game, that was a good one.
I mean, gosh damn it, man! Like,
I know. Believe me.
And you know what? I flip-flop so damn much between who I want to win that game every year, but like,
I want Texas to win every year.
Like, fuck me, man. Like, you were supposed to win that game. If you win that game, you have an outside shot to be the number 1, maybe number 2 team in the country. Like, come the fuck on.
Texas, I mean, they'll play Texas probably.
Yeah, in the Big 12
championship. Yeah, in the Big 12 championship. That's fair.
But still, I mean, you blew it. There's no. I don't see a way where 2 Big 12 teams get into the playoff.
No, absolutely not.
And if
unless Oklahoma and look, there's only one way. You need Michigan to lose
to Ohio State.
And Ohio State needs to have a loss or two.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need Oklahoma and Texas both to just absolutely run the table and dominate everybody the rest of the year. And then Texas barely beats Oklahoma.
Yeah, but even then, I think there's an outside chance 2 Pac-12 teams get in over 2 Big 12 teams.
It's gonna have to be in Oregon, but dude, USC has not inspired any joy in me in the past.
No, USC is not getting that shit.
No, and I mean triple overtime against the Arizona Wildcats. Oh,
yeah,
not a good look for them this past week.
Wildcats in the house, baby.
Ohio State played Maryland tight, and I thought I was going to hit my spread there, and then they scored late. Washington State pulled up a stinker. Was not expecting that. I was not expecting them to lose at UCLA.
Damn Ukla. I would not.
That's one of those.
I wouldn't have picked that.
You know what I was not expecting? I was not expecting Miami to run the ball with 38 seconds left.
Oh my god.
That's a fireable offense.
We can't not talk about it.
Please tell me that's got to be the worst.
Somebody's got to get fired for that.
Yeah. What's his name?
Mario Cristobal.
Mario.
Yeah. I mean, he has.
Like
that's
you're telling me there's at minimum 20 dudes on a headset, right? On the headset. Not one person, you're telling me not one out of the 20 to 30 people with a headset said, hey, maybe we should take an E.
Yeah, I mean,
look,
not one.
Really,
if there's not one, you're telling me
if
1 out of 30 didn't say take an E.
Cade, you know what that tells me? Everybody on the staff is terrified of him because for that to go down is insane.
Or if
it had to be just to get that run. They wanted to get the running back to 100 yards.
Or if it was,
I was about to say they had money on the rushing over.
Yeah,
the total rushing.
God, imagine. No, but for that to be a consensus, I mean, multiple people have to be fired because that's horrible. That's horrible.
Arkansas played
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss pretty tight.
Yeah, Jackie boy, that was a tight one for you. You were at that game, right?
Yeah, I'm at all the games. Who won though?
Yeah.
I mean, in the Grove.
They pulled it out, but it was a lot closer than I was expecting. I was riding Ole Miss -11.
Dude, any Ole Miss Arkansas game, I'm happy for us to escape with a win. I don't care how it comes. Those games terrify me.
Dude, that's the Hogs' MO. They'll play a lot of people close, but man.
Yeah, they're not gonna win.
They don't always pull them out.
Can y'all see me on my screen?
Yeah, I see you fishing.
Hope you catch something.
Yeah, I hope you catch something on camera.
There's too much fucking gunk on the bottom of the lake, and it's messing up my worm.
NYZ catches a loss to LS Pooh. And then Wyoming beats Fresno in a good one. Any non the Fighting Uka Essangs get another win.
Clemson
Wait,
barely
Wyoming-
beating Wake.
Wyoming won that game. Wyoming
Yeah.
beat Fresno.
Yes, Wyoming won 24-19.
Wyoming's quietly having a pretty good year.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are. I like
who's
Wyoming.
their one
I
loss
think the
was
one loss
Texas.
is to Texas, and they played Texas pretty close going into the fourth.
It was 10-all going into the fourth
31-19,
quarter. 31-10.
Or 31-10, yeah.
It was
Still not bad, though.
It was 10-all going to the fourth quarter of that game too. But they beat a good Texas Tech team to start the year in overtime, beat Portland State, lost to Texas, beat App State, who's no slouch, handled their business with New Mexico, and then upsets Fresno State. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I tell you what, they went out. They could be looking at a New Year's Six game.
They got a good game with that Air Force crew this week, though.
Oh, they're good
Absolutely.
too.
Air Force is muy bien.
Air Force, Boise, Colorado State showed they're not terrible against Colorado.
Of course, I don't know how good Colorado really is, but
Hey,
What's Air
another
Force
win,
running?
another win this week. I think they're running that
Yeah.
triple up from the gun.
Air
Really?
yeah, they
Yeah,
do like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
That's what
I'll
what,
say
like,
this.
Navy's
They're
going to,
undefeated.
or Army's going to. That's what Army's going to. They're like
Look,
yeah,
shotgun.
that's-
they have to because you can't cut anymore.
can't cut outside the
Oh,
box anymore.
The Georgia
Look, George-
Southern type thing.
Yep.
George, you can speak
The old
you
Doug Roos.
can speak this.
Mm.
We hate the triple op
Oh my god, dude.
for one reason and one reason only.
Listen,
But hey,
the
if
NCAA.
I was
Surprising.
coach, I'm spamming that.
Oh, I mean the NCAA banning the cut block saved defensive linemen
Mm.
because
And
Yeah.
also did
Fucked all
Harding
the
pretty
academies.
it did the academies and Harding dirty.
Yeah, they're screwed.
dirty. George, why have we not talked about that story?
Which one?
I mean, they're still good.
Your last game when we played Harding and we had to play every snap.
Oh, I didn't have to. I was the rotation guy. You and Trey White played every single snap of that game because we were 3 deep at D tackle. But I would be the rotation guy from when we'd switch to a 4 front to a 5 front, and I'd sit head up on the center, which was the easiest job in the world because y'all would occupy the guard. So all I had to do was stand there and hope
No,
that the
I was
quarterback
on
kept
the
it.
tackle. I was on tackles, but that was my best game in college. I was balling.
Oh, same. That I put on a technique tape that game of how to play against a triple op center.
It was, dude. That game for me was easy to say for because all it was is just be more physical than the guy across from you, and I was like, oh, I need this.
Oh, it was put your hands on people and they can't cut you, so you're good. Because if you got your hands on them, they can't cut.
I'll tell you what, George video we need to pull up is the Washita game when he hurt his pinky.
No, we need to pull up the one where I was out of breath and I got up like everything was normal, and then I was like, oh well, I can't breathe, and fell back down.
Well, dude,
Just
that was when
he dives after the guy and just deflates. Just
like literally
yeah.
Well, Kate, the way Kate always tells it too, he goes, bro, that's the hardest I've ever seen a human being hit the ground.
like dude, like legitimately it looked like if, it's like as if you jumped off of like a 10-foot surface and just landed flat.
Like a perfect
Dude, it's
belly
all
flop,
those-
but onto the ground.
Yeah, like
It's all those
you-
Russian supplements he took when he was
Yeah,
playing.
like it struck the ground. Like I was like, God, dog, man, I just felt that.
Fucking earthquake.
What made that worse is was that after the lightning delay too there?
Yes. So I
Oh.
mean, we were all just like, Jesus Christ, can we go home?
Like, let's just
And
get
we were
this
gonna
game.
go get kicked in.
Let's just
Yeah,
get
like
this
we're
game over
already
with.
losing. Jesus Christ.
Well, another thing with that is I was playing end, and they ran a jet sweep for it, and I'm taking that bow angle to try and get there, and as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, I said, "Well, I'm not fucking catching him." So
We're like, nope.
I laid out and I punched him in the fucking ankle, and it caught his back leg. Thank God. Yeah, we'll have to we'll pull that one up. We'll pull that one up this summer. We'll catch some highlights.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Dude,
Well,
dude.
I have to go do the jujitsu thing.
You outie?
Oh, fuck off, Carson.
Thanks for having me on the pod. I'll be back.
For sure, brother.
Well,
We
yeah,
appreciate you.
brother.
We'll catch you later. Thanks for joining us, good sir.
Later. See you, boys.
See ya, buddy.
See ya.
Catch it, Carson.
Good to see him
Hey,
and
I
talk
think-
to him for a
I
little bit.
think a good segment would be all of our funniest videos that we have of each other. Mine has got to be getting destroyed by that one kid at practice when he stood over me.
Which one was that one? When was that?
You had to be there. Oh, you're probably down at defense. But what was his name, Cade? Oh,
Oh my
Chase
God.
Bennell.
Hold
Chase
on.
Bennell.
Oh,
Chase Bennell.
I heard about that. He
Yes.
hit you?
Oh, he stroked my ass.
Hit is a fucking understatement.
And then he proceeded to stand over me, George.
Dude, Jack died.
Something was wrong with that kid in the head, though. So, like, I mean,
No, he was the clinical. Like I was like, damn, dude.
we can very much blame that on a mental illness.
He needs to. He belongs in the damn Grippy Sock Institute.
Padded Walls Institute.
The grippy sock.
All right, let me get back to the scores.
Yeah. All right. Let's see the scores.
I mean, again, no other real games this week. Kansas beats UCF.
There's
Florida,
some late games that are all right.
Florida beats Vandy. No, from
Is
last week.
this week or this last week?
This is still last week.
Oh, last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, let me go look at this week. Let's go look at some D1 games. It looks like, well, fuck me, I'm missing games. There were three games.
Fucking App played so shitty last night.
3 games yesterday. Coastal beat App. Wow.
Yeah.
At App too. Oof.
I love all the midweek games.
I do too, but
Like
I
there's
forgot,
2 games tonight.
I forgot there. Yeah, there's FIU
UTEP
versus
and
UTEP. Let's check the score.
Battle
Alive.
of two teams that should be FCSs. Still.
Alive looking with Division 2 football. UTEP's up 7-0 here. So, they literally just scored. How about that?
Good for them.
Go Miners.
What about New Mexico and Sam Houston?
Miners.
UTEP's their stadium's got bullet holes from the cartel.
Miners, as long as they're of age. Not those type of Miners.
Yeah, they're you could just build their stadium into the Trump's wall and just use it as part of the.
Not just Trump's
part
wall.
of the,
part
of the wall.
2 of my buddies from high school went there, and they said, yeah, it was cool, except when you woke up and you looked out your window and you were looking at Ciudad Juarez.
I wonder if like the light, you know how like most movies, like America's pictured less like bright. As soon as you go to Mexico, it's like a tint yellow, like orange. I wonder when they looked across, like the light changed.
Like an old Western.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. New Mexico State, Sam Houston as well tonight. Tomorrow, West Virginia, Houston, SMU Eastern. Stanford at Colorado. Colorado got another win. They beat Arizona State last week.
Good for the Fighting Dions.
Still. I mean, they're gonna get a bowl game, right? They have to.
Yeah, they'll get to 6 wins.
Yeah, I mean they have.
Which
to.
I mean, that's a massive success for a team that was utterly terrible last year.
Yeah, they won one game last year.
Yeah, so I mean,
their over-under wins is like 3.5. They've already surpassed their over-under.
Oh yeah, they did.
They've already kind of turned it around there.
I'll tell you what, they can beat Stanford on Saturday or on Friday, but after that, it's gonna be tough sledding because Arizona's a lot better than I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah, and then
I tell you what,
State's still pretty good.
I was about to say, I tell you what, 6 wins is gonna be tough, dude. They're 4-2 right now. That 5th win is gonna have to come from Stanford, but I don't know that they're getting 6.
So they've got, let's see, Stanford, UCLA, that's gonna be tough. Oregon State, that's gonna be tough. Arizona's not gonna be no walk in the park.
Not no more.
Washington State, yeah, go. They're gonna be fighting for 6.
You know what's crazy is at Utah might be their best chance for their remaining schedule. That's
if Damn Rising ever comes back.
Yeah, big if.
There'll be that one team that goes like 5-7 and they still go into a bowl just because they're interesting.
Yeah,
because they make money.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other games? Michigan, Indiana's.
Tennessee A&M probably won't be a bad.
Son of a bitch. I had one.
I love the extracurriculars.
I do. That's good stuff.
Any
other?
South Carolina, Florida.
Game of the week is Washington, Oregon, though.
Yeah, for sure. Where's game day up there?
Yeah, it's in
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, that's fucking Seattle hates college football. Why would you put it there?
Oh, not just that. Game day starts at 6:30 a.m. their time.
Holy cow!
It's like dark.
Oh yeah, it is. They were talking. I was listening to the Pat McAfee pod, and they were talking about that, dude. It 6:30 a.m. Fans are getting there at 5:30. Like, you might as well just pull an all-nighter.
Just camp out.
God.
Why is it
Um,
in Seattle? It's kind of lame if you ask me. I wish it was in like Topeka or something. Or not Topeka, fucking uh
Kansas?
Spokane. Is there anything in Spokane?
Spokane, Washington. Not that I know of.
There's a minor league team there.
Where's Washington State at?
Pullman.
Pullman.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Trivia question, what's the capital of Washington?
Olympia.
Yes.
Nice. Good pull, Cade.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have got that. I was about to say Seattle. I forgot.
Olympia.
Florida at South Carolina. That'll be a good game.
Click on South Carolina real quick. Let's go through their schedule. See, so they are sitting at what, 2-3?
I tell you what, they're due for a win by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Loss, win, loss, win, loss,
All right.
win.
So if they can pull one from Florida, pull one from Mizzou,
They got 2 wins right here. 2 wins, and I'll
that
give
is,
them 2 wins, and I'll give you Florida as well.
goodness gracious. All right. So that puts them at what, 5, 6?
5. That'll get you 5. There's that Clemson game might get you a bowl game.
They're gonna, holy cow, they're gonna have to. Oh, geez, they're gonna need to beat. Oh god, they've got probably one of the harder schedules in all of football.
Yeah, who's got the hardest? Ole Miss.
If not the hardest, it's definitely top 5, top 10.
Yeah, with North Carolina too.
Got North Carolina, and Furman's no damn walking up. Furman's the number 3 team in FCS football. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was a good game for a while.
Oh, it sucks that you don't get Missouri and A&M at home either. Both away
Well, the
games.
funniest part is either way, you're playing in Columbia.
Yeah.
So, like, take that as you will. Yeah, you're playing in Columbia.
So I guess technically, I mean,
You know,
I forget about that.
Yeah, technically.
Hey, Kay, do you want to go to the Ole Miss South Carolina game next year? It's in Columbia.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Come on, George, you want to go too? You can drive to Memphis. We can fly there.
Okay, I'm down.
I like that. Good plan.
Good podcast
Pretty break.
spot.
Oh yeah, dude! Imagine we do the podcast from the tailgate.
Oh,
That'd be
man.
sick.
That'd be so
do some-
cool.
Oh my gosh, I got to tell y'all. I don't care if we do it on here or not, but we had a hell of a weekend in Oxford. Like some like barstool type old row like podcast type stuff they do within
Very
in the
nice.
bars or at the tailgates.
Mhm.
It was pretty funny.
Good.
The kids sitting in front of us were from Barstool, and we got their like hang tag thing on their necks, and we got them to one of the bars on the square for free.
Well, that's sick.
Dope.
Pretty funny.
Pretty sick.
Pretty cool. It's actually lame as fuck.
The worst academic school in the country, Miami, gets to go and play at North Carolina this week.
Gosh damn it! What the fuck?
USC at Notre Dame should be another good one. Wyoming Air Force is a sneaky good non-ranked game.
USC Notre Dame could be good. I'm gonna go Notre Dame with the upset.
They're so hot and cold.
Notre Dame with the upset. They're going to bounce back from a bad loss at Louisville.
Oh, I can't believe they lost to Louisville.
And
Look at
he's
this.
Fish are
fighting-
fucking blind.
Fighting Catholics.
Look at this damn schedule though. Ohio State, Duke, Louisville, USC. Ugh.
They've got a gauntlet of a schedule, dude. I'll give them that.
At Clemson's no joke. Home against Wake Forest is tough. Then you got to go across the country to play at the worst team in the country in Stanford.
Fighting Cardinal.
See,
Fun
anyone
fact.
else?
Well, give me a fun fact about their mascot, George.
A fun fact about him.
About the Stanford
Cardinal.
Cardinal.
Um,
He's also a tree.
yeah, he
One
is
of
a
the-
tree.
It's one of the few mascot names that don't end in S.
Oh, that is true. That's not plural.
Stanford Cardinal. The
Wow.
Harvard
What about
Crimson.
What about the Thundering Herd of Marshall?
That's
Yeah,
another
that
one.
also counts. Also counts.
Yes. All right, let's keep going. We could go through those all night.
Syracuse Orange.
That's a
That's true.
damn jet punk here.
Is it the Demon Deacons? Yes, it is the Demon
Deacons.
Deacons.
Yes, it is.
UCLA at Oregon State could be a good one.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
After that, all right, let's
Let's check
roll to
some-
D2, baby.
D2 games from last week. Do you want to just do the GAC and MIAA, or do we
Yeah,
want to do all of
do
them?
the GAC and MIAA for now.
Hey, can we see? I want to see my my national championship prediction. All right, so let's look at the
We'll look at all of them.
the Gulf South.
We'll
We don't have to do all of them, but the Gulf. I want to see the Gulf South too. Ow,
Yeah,
what the
we'll do
fuck is
these our
biting
big
me?
three.
We'll,
Jesus Christ! I got bit by the biggest fucking mosquito on the planet.
It's a dinosaur.
How are there mosquitoes out? Is it not cold enough? Did they not
The hell no. There's
kill them off yet?
mosquitoes galore out here.
Yep,
I guess
I'm
I
getting
guess it
whipped right
does take
now.
a freeze. Okay, Washington Baptist beats East Central. East Central,
Good.
I mean, that's to be expected. Henderson wins at home against Naz. A little bit closer than I expected. Naz is putting up some points this year. Harding puts up 62 on Northwest. I can confidently say that I called that game. Southeast Oklahoma goes.
What a game.
Did you see that video?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. So I think it's like they had already scored and they went for 2 at home on homecoming. Why you do that? I don't know. You're at home.
Bold move.
Went for 2, no time left. Threw up a fade ball to Marquise Gray. Dude's locked. Like, dude's clamped. Tips the ball up to himself, goes around the DB, and catches it to win the game.
Wow.
So 22-21 there. Jack, you are correct. DeMilan is hurt. He will not be playing this week against Arkansas Tech.
That could be good.
Potential for a win there. But also, I have been told that their backup is pretty decent too. So maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, I talked to old Shippensburg today, and that's what he said. They apparently they can still run like the same scheme. They have to change the whole thing up because they're
Not a lot of drop off is what I'm hearing.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some because nobody's the Milan kid, but
Yeah.
Right.
I think SAU might be the best football team in the conference at home. They put up another 60 spot, 63-24 against Oklahoma Baptist. Remember, their last home game was 49-7 against Tech. So they're pretty damn good at home. Arkansas Tech is getting hot, ladies and gentlemen. They beat Southwest Oklahoma 9-7.
Boom. 2 in a row.
Hey,
well, that's
I seriously think that might be a record. Beating the same team 3 consecutive years on game-winning field goals no way that's happened before.
And honestly, shout out to Coach Ship for having the balls to put that kid back out there who's had a PAT blocked and missed 2 field goals tonight. Good for him for having the faith in him to put him out there to win it.
there you go, Ship.
I don't know that I could have done that. So good for him. Also, I got to give a huge shout out to our guy Aaron Wynn. I don't know if y'all have seen the video. The PAT gets blocked.
Damn it.
The PAT gets blocked, and the edge guys who blocks it picks it up and takes off. Wynn runs 65 yards, hawks the DB down, makes the tackle to secure the game or to save the game.
Damn.
Because that
Fun
was
fact about Aaron Wynn. Where's he from, folks?
Somerville.
Somerville, South Carolina. He's got a Somerville address. Doesn't mean he's from Somerville. He went to Cane Bay, but be that as it may.
Be that as it may. UCM gets a good win against Kearney.
Good.
Northeast gets off.
There we go.
They
That's
beat
a
old
dub.
Lincoln.
Pretty old Riverhawks.
They beat old Lincoln. Fort Hays goes
River
on to beat
Cax.
Missouri Southern.
River Cax.
Northwest Missouri beats UCO pretty handily. Our boy Trace gets a good win against Emporia, 33-25 there.
Good job.
And Mo West puts up a lot of points on Washburn. That doesn't happen very often.
Puts it on the old fighting Dane Seminoes.
Trace was right about that UCM quarterback, by the way. He leads the country,
Leads the country. Yep,
all of the country in D1, D2, D3, and AIA in passing yards and passing touchdowns, or maybe second in passing touchdowns. So
I think he's first in passing touchdowns too. I saw that graphic today.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How many yards does he have?
He's got like 2,500.
Yeah, he's got like 2,400 or some shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and 25 touchdowns already.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bonkers.
That's
and
nuts.
they've not played but half their games. So yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
No doubt. Me and Jack will be at this Monticello game. So we'll put some videos up on the story. Get y'all some vids there. SAU at Henderson is going to be a really good game this week. Really good game.
Nice.
I think I'll take SAU in the upset there.
I'm going SAU as well.
Northwest Oklahoma at home against East Central. That's another win for East Central.
Yeah, East Central.
Southeast at Naz is going to be a slugfest, unfortunately for Southeast, but I think Naz might pick them off. Oklahoma Baptist against Southwest Oklahoma. I mean, I just don't care about that game. There's not much else I'd like to say about that one.
Ball game right here, though.
Game of the night, man. Ouachita Baptist playing at Harding. That it's going to be. Woof. Not
That's
gonna
the
be for
conference's decider every year, right there.
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
I feel like it's early this year.
Oh, whoops.
They switched.
Maybe.
They flipped up the conference, or they flipped up the like conference schedules this year, so everybody's in like different spots.
Yeah,
How
because
about that?
it is usually second or
But
third, the
it's
last game of the
yeah,
year. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it is early. But man, that's gonna be a slugfest.
Yep.
Slugfest. That'll be oof, oof. Um, that'd be a good one to go to if we weren't going to that Tech game.
Yeah.
Um, check out the MIAA real quick too. Washburn plays at Emporia. Kearney plays at Hayes. Could be a good game there.
Yeah.
Northwest at Missouri Western. I
Could be good.
wouldn't mind to see Northwest go in and make a little statement win at Missouri Western.
Yep.
Lincoln at UCO.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Nothing.
with the old fighting Bronchos.
Trace gets to go bully the rowdy neighbors there at Missouri Southern.
Joplin.
And then UCM gets to put. Do you think they'll score 70 this year?
Well, I mean, George says it's a bear shit in the woods. Does the Tin Man have a sheet metal dick?
I'm gonna go 63-14.
Is the Pope Catholic?
Is the Pope Catholic?
63-14 UCM this year.
Yeah.
We'll see about that one. Let's check out.
Go to the GSC.
Actually, let's go to the top 25. Let's do that. Why have we not been doing
Oh, fuck
like that.
you.
Top 25, baby.
that? Okay, looking at last week, Colorado Mines took it to Mesa. Holy cow, 52-0. Davenport beat Northern Michigan. Virginia Union beat Elizabeth City. Ferris beat Saginaw Valley. Grand Valley took it to Kentucky State. Indianapolis beat William Jewell. Lenore-Rhine beat Limestone in a very close one. I want to say Limestone has had a pretty good season so far, if I'm not mistaken.
Limestone? I don't know a lot about him.
Limestone College.
Limestone played West Georgia close. They played West Al, the 2-touchdown game. They beat Carson Newman, beat UVA Wise, beat Mars Hill, good win there. And then lost to Lenore-Rhine. So yeah, I mean, they've had a pretty tough little schedule, honestly. Mars Hill, Lenore-Rhine, West Al, and West Georgia.
Not bad.
That's a tough little stretch there. So tough one there, unfortunately, but Lenore-Rhine comes out on top there. Shepherd beat Lock Haven. Slippery Rock put up
Slippery,
75
holy moly.
on Mercyhurst. Holy. 75-31.
Mercyhurst.
Had him screaming for mercy.
Oh, God. Benedict beat Miles 27-24. Minnesota State beat Moorhead. Minnesota State Moorhead. Good for them. 24-21. South Dakota Mines loses to Western Colorado. Truman
What a
State
name.
beat
Minnesota State Moorhead. Good stuff.
Good for them, right?
Good for them. Congrats on it, man.
Truman State beat Quincy. Valdosta lost to Delta. Delta beat Valdosta by 24. So good win for Delta.
Delta State's fucking
click on
good.
Delta. See what they've been doing.
I don't think they've lost.
They're good. They're really good.
The Fighting Okras turned it around.
Beat Missouri S&T, beat Shawan,
Dude, they're averaging a bunch of points a game.
Poor Wyatt Anderson, 35-7.
Aren't they D1 too?
56. They are.
Yeah,
FCS
school is, yeah.
Beat West Al by 30 and then beat Valdosta by 24. Who they got? They got North Greenville.
Ooh,
Dear God. That's a long drive for North Greenville, is it not?
That is.
Yeah, the year we played them the second game of the season when I was in MC, and we got to miss that trip because they had a hurricane in, I think it's in like Tigerville, South Carolina or something like that. Yep. But yeah, we didn't have to go, and I was actually very happy because that bus ride would be fucking terrible.
Miserable. Right up there by Clemson, though. Not that you'd have got to go anywhere, but
yeah. Sure.
I'll tell you what, Delta's schedule is going to be made here towards the end of the year, though. Home against West Florida, and then they have to go to West Georgia.
That'll be a tough one.
And then MC, they get to play MC last. Jack, you want any input there?
Oh, I think the Okra will secure that win most likely.
Fighting Okra, baby.
The Fighting
Okra. Is West Florida still undefeated?
They are not. I will check on them. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish top 25 real quick. Missouri Western, we already saw. Duluth. Oh, they are number 7. Duluth lost to Wayne State, so a tough loss there for Duluth. And then West Florida beat Shorter 42-7. Are undefeated. No, they have one loss. Oh, they
61.
lost to Florida A&M. They lost to a D1 school. And I want to say Florida A&M was ranked or receiving votes at the time.
They might have been, yeah.
So
They're scoring some points too, though.
yeah, they're putting up 40 plus. They beat West Georgia
That
by 28.
that West Florida Delta State game gonna be good.
That's what, 2 weeks? Yeah, that'll be
2 weeks.
both teams get a little tune up this week. West Florida gets West Owl, and then Delta gets North Greenville. So I mean, those aren't two easy games either. Yeah, West Florida's got quite the little stretch there too. Delta State and Valdosta after West Owl. So that's a tough little stretch for them. We'll see if they come out undefeated out of that.
See how they pull out of that.
Let's look at next week's top 25. So, Slippery Rock gets the chance to go hang 60 on Gannon. We'll see if that happens. That's my
I watched
prediction
him on
this week.
film last year with Coach Grantham for 2 weeks.
That's my prediction this week is Slippery Rock's going to put 60 on Gannon. So you'll see that on the Instagram if I get that clip right.
Yep.
Indy versus Truman State's going to be a really good game this week.
I wonder if they're on there like, Truman State. I wonder if their whole campus is like one big TV show.
The Truman Show?
The Truman Show.
God, you're fucking you're something. You know that?
Let's see it. Read the scores, Georgie.
Truman has beat Findlay so far, South Dakota Mines,
Good
Saginaw
game, man.
Valley, good win. Wayne State, McKendree.
Where is McKendree? Is that in Missouri?
I think it is. I think it's in North Missouri.
I think so.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Lebanon, Illinois.
Good thing it's not Lebanon.
Yeah, that'd be not a great place to be.
I'd be getting out of there, but that's just me.
Especially if you're Jewish. How about that? We're getting Jew jokes in on our podcast. Who'd have thought?
I mean, poor. That's a tough situation going on over there.
It is. Hearts go out to them, but man, that whole thing has gone on since biblical times too.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that later.
For sure. Virginia Union gets Bowie State. Bemidji gets Wayne State. Colorado Mines gets South Dakota Mines. The Battle of the Mines.
A lot of brain going there.
A lot of smart people playing in that game.
A lot
Unfortunately,
of really smart people playing really smart football.
Oh, never mind.
Ooh, there you go.
Fuck.
And it's at Grand Valley. They're going to be dang 22,000 people at that game.
I think we turned, bro.
I've been talking for like 5 minutes and I've been on mute the whole time.
Holy shit. Did you know their enrollment's that big?
I did. I did know that. I'm surprised that they haven't applied for the OVC yet.
24K is insane for a D2 school.
That is a big school. UCM was like at 15 or 16. So I mean, yeah, and I thought there was 24. That's a D1 size campus.
Yeah, UCM's at 12, so UCM's about the size of UCA.
Yeah.
What's Tech like? 9 or something?
At 9. Tech? We're 9.
Yeah.
9.
That's 9. Speaking of the Jews.
Great.
Oh God,
we're off the rails.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah, very quickly.
Well, turns out we're very pro-Palestine over here.
Oh God.
I was saying stuff about this while I was on mute too, but y'all couldn't hear me.
I'm so glad. That'll be game of the week. I'll probably throw that game on my phone while we're at the Tech game for Ferris Grand Valley.
That'll be a good one.
Unless it's behind a paywall. All of you D2 schools that put your game behind a paywall, no one's paying for that shit. Just put it free.
Sorry, guys. Just make it public, all right? We're trying to grow, trying to expand the D2 football knowledge here, folks. If I'm not paying for ESPN Plus, I'm really not going to pay for the MIAA network.
Oh shit! This frog is pissing in my hand.
This what?
There's a frog peeing in my hand currently.
What is wrong with you?
There you get warts there, son.
Yeah, I've heard.
Damn, that's tough that Ouachita Baptist versus Harding is the same day as Grand Valley versus Ferris.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd
probably be like your game of the night or whatever.
That's 2 top 10 matchups in the same day.
It is. It's good football.
It is. And then we got another top 25 matchup with Indy versus Truman.
Man.
But a lot of games this week, a lot of good games this week. Like I said, me and Jackie Boy will be at the Tech game this week, so we'll put some clips up there. Hopefully get some funny videos from that too.
Please do. Keep me posted on the score. It's hard keeping up with the old Fighting Wonder Boys out here in South Carolina, but doing what we can.
For sure. No doubt. Jackie
Boy, I might slug a few beers prior to the game.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna need some. So
Dude, I need to tell dang Ship to get y'all up in the box, dude. Go up to the president. Well,
the new one.
The new one.
I'll tell y'all a little bit about that after. He's rubbing people the wrong way already. He's doing good. He's doing a good job, but he's rubbing people wrong. So
good. Need to bring change that place.
No doubt.
I think we can get on the field, or Ship said we can go on the field. I'm just going to be on there interviewing the players during the game.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm just going to walk down there. What are they going to do? Stop me?
Go sit with the old people in the end zone.
What are they going to do?
I'll just sit on the brick wall.
What is Peace Safe? What is Peace Safe going to do?
Yeah. Could you leave? Yeah, sure. Let me just walk out and walk right the fuck back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie Boy will be in town. He coming in Friday?
Yeah, either Friday morning or Thursday night.
Okay. We got a tea time set for 11:30.
Friday morning golf.
Tea time at Chamberlain, 11:30. Are we gonna do you still gonna bring the GoPro for that?
Oh, I'm bringing it. You're getting on video.
Oh god.
Nice.
I'm getting all the George Hazel rockets on video.
The old Texas worm burner, baby.
Hey, I've gotten better sometimes.
Hopefully I'll wear one off the ankle just for the video.
Just for the pod.
Just for the pod. Risking bodily harm for the pod.
Dude, I really didn't even feel bad that day, but looking back, I feel like a fucking dick.
Not so much a dick.
That was hilarious.
You're not feeling like a dick. Just feeling like a dumbass.
I fucking suck, man. Oh my god. I mean, in order to hit him, I had to pull it. Did I not?
Oh, I had to have gone like through your own legs.
Yeah, George, I'm not sure how you hit it that way, but
I was putting my club into the cart and George was teeing off. So I was like behind him.
Mind you, I'm right-handed and he's behind me. So I don't know how I hit him. I tell you,
straight in my Achilles.
Tell you what, I got a goddamn gift though, because
George, let's see, George hit Jack with the golf ball in the calf behind him somehow. Then,
bro, I have two other ones.
We're playing. There's other story here. We're gonna add this and then we'll have to wrap it up. But so we're playing. I've turned the cart backwards on hole 1 or 10. I can't remember. This was at good old Gala Creek, right? So I've turned the cart facing the tee box because I know we're running the risk that something could happen. So Georgia, we've already driven. All right, so I go. We're about to play it. I was like, my fiance Alina. I'm like, all right, we need to put the shield up. And she was like, no, we don't. And I was like, no, yeah, we do. So we put the shield up. And I kid you not, no more than 20 seconds later, George hits his iron and smacks the shield. I'm talking smacks the shield. Like if we hadn't hit it, it would have hit Alina in the jaw. It would have shattered. And then, so that's not all, right? That's just another instance.
Oh,
incident number 3 here. Incident number 3.
Holy shit.
We go play, a big group of us. Jack Lindsay, Caleb, his girlfriend, me. I can't remember if Alina came or not. But anyways, so George is facing the hole, right? So he's facing straight ahead, hitting it. Caleb and his girlfriend in a cart. I'm talking essentially 100. It's 180 degrees, right? A flat line across. They are not within range of any other human being possible playing golf. Unless you hit it backwards, but he was not hitting it backwards.
To preface this too, we're playing at Gala Creek and we're on a par 6, by the way.
Yes. Huge par 6. So George hits the ball. The ball somehow does not. I'm not even talking at like an 8-degree angle, 10-degree. The ball goes 0 degrees, right? 0 degrees, right? And then the ball hits a little hill, bounces up, and just bangs like pinball machine, goes in their cart. And Caleb jumped. How his girlfriend laid down and ducked in time, no idea. But somehow the golf ball didn't hit her. But we were like, it might have been me and Jack in the same cart. But we looked at each other like, holy shit. This guy just hit the golf ball fucking sideways and almost killed a girl.
We could have just witnessed murder.
Yeah, I mean it, but I will say you're gonna have a good time because you never know
what's gonna happen.
It's like Forrest Gump said, it's like a golf, George's golf game's a box of chocolates. You got, never know what you're gonna get.
We do have another incident. I don't know if y'all remember that. I think it was I don't know if y'all were there actually. I was playing with Tuck and Jack Lindsay and all them as well. A little bit of a rainy day, a little slick outside, like nice little mist coming down. We got to the tee box of what was that, 10. I didn't have a driver at the time, so I was teeing off 3-wood, rearing up, line up, hit my shot, and my club ends up in the tree.
I was there.
Yeah, in the tree.
Was there for that. I was there.
In the tree, everyone said, "Holy shit!" Like
perched in the tree.
I don't know how you did that either.
I don't know. I've gotten so much better from where I was at golf. Holy shit.
Well, George, you couldn't have got worse, Bubba.
Actually, though.
But
you know what? Way from rock bottom is up.
Yeah, but it is always a good time. So you're having fun. Where y'all playing?
Chamberlain, that course out in like Danville or whatever, where me and T used to play all the time.
Very nice, very nice.
That's where that tech banquet thing was, right? The tech tournament.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
All right, well, let's wrap this thing up, fellas.
All right, we'll call it there. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all getting to this point listening. If so, you got a nice little laugh from golfing stories. But yeah, we'll catch y'all next week. We'll have another guest. Garrett Jaster will be our guest next week. Have him on the pod. I do have to make
talk
one
a little
more
baseball.
I was about to say I do have to make one more shout out, dude. I mean, we haven't lost in the fucking postseason. 4-0
knock on your cock there, George.
I got the wood desk right here.
Wood, Bubba.
4-0 in the postseason. Swept 5-0. Excuse me. Swept the Rays 2-0, and then came out and swept the O's 3-0 too. I think stars are aligning. I do want the Astros really bad though. I want the Astros really bad. I want to play them. So hopefully we'll have game.
You're just lucky the Cardinals aren't in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean y'all were getting beat by the Braves anyway.
Or the Fiddles. Fuck, you never know.
No, they're actually gonna get
Yeah, they did steal a win the other day with that double play. And they were down 4-0 in that game too and won 5-4.
Yep.
But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all have a good week. God bless. And we'll catch y'all next week.